I think it happened quite organically. I thought that there was no point just going on and doing what others expect me to do just for the sake of it, just so that what I do is considered respectable in the mainstream. Because fashion is not a very stable career, and it's not a very remunerative one either. You have to be extremely passionate, and also having a safety net helps, to be very honest. And to be honest, one never feels 100% prepared, but I think I was in a good place in terms of technical skills and work experience backing me by the end of 2023. So that's when I started my brand, and I have no qualms admitting that I was not 100% prepared. I was not prepared for the legal compliances, for the accounting hassles that would pop up in the course of starting the brand. Because initially, I think that everybody starts small, and they are looking after a lot of other things than their core competency. I have been looking after a lot of things other than the design and the design language of the brand. I've been looking at accounting, social media, and compliances. Also, and getting our stuff across to stores, getting our garments sourced to celebrities, influencers. So you can never be 100% prepared. So I would just say that, when you feel like you have learned enough, that would be a good time to start. First off, you need to be prepared that a lot of times the experimentation or the final outcome that you have in mind will be quite different from from what the actual final outcome is. And sometimes it's actually better than what you had conceived, but you have to be prepared for the eventuality that it is not better than what you conceived. So I think the biggest thing is that I think the reason that many people have a creative block is because they are scared. What if what we make is not beautiful enough? I think that first thing to do is to take that pressure off of you, and then I sit down and whatever I'm feeling, because I like to explore psycho-existential themes in my work. So whatever is running through my mind, I jot it down on a piece of paper, and I do a complete mind mapping, first of words, and then I move on to tactile references, color references, any historical references, movie references, text references. So the creative process is basically exploring and researching in the first step. After you sit down, after you do the mind mapping, after extensive research, you kind of know what is the general direction that you are headed in, and what you would like to explore. The possibilities are infinite, because I could take the same theme as some other designer and have a completely different interpretation, because ultimately it's unique to me. When you are professionally working and you have your own brand, you have to uh, understand consumer preferences also. And by that, I don't mean that you should blindly follow all the trends, because trends are rather fleeting, but a broad understanding of what people are preferring. And I think that consistency is the third thing. First being technical knowledge, second being thick skinned enough to and be being ready for handling uncertainty. And lastly, I think you have to be consistent enough. There are some very difficult days when I don't feel like working, but and to be honest, I'm not even working on my at my 100%. Sometimes it's 80, sometimes it's 40, uh, but cumulatively they come out to be a lot. Every day matters, even that 10% day matters, even that 40% day matters. So consistency is key. And be kind to yourself in the process, that I cannot always be functioning at my 100%. I'm a human being, not a machine, and even machines experience wear and tear. So we are humans, we need rest, we need rejuvenation, and sometimes, and we cannot always have the same level of output, but we have to try and be consistent.